This is episode number 4 with JT Fox.
So let's go. I'll follow wherever you go.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Invention Show, the podcast, a show that covers all things invention and reinvention in life and business. My name is Tak Lee, entrepreneur, international property investor, inventor, and the host of this show. Okay, let's get into it. Now today, I've got a very special guest and I'm very excited to have him on the show. The one and only heavyweight champ, JT Fox, serial entrepreneur and the world's #1 wealth and business coach. So welcome, JT. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. I love the concept of the show because, inventions are, especially in these times, I don't know if you know that, but Airbnb, Snapchat, Uber, Instagram, just to name a few, were all companies started after the 2008 crash.
Yeah.
And now you might say, oh, those inventions that they are. The concept was inventive. They were started at the worst possible time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it'd be very interesting to see what comes out of this next phase as we are in a pandemic. So very excited about your show. It's just a great concept.
Yes.
There's so many people with great ideas that need the platform. So congratulations.
Thanks, JT. Now, the first question I like to ask all my guests is, for those who are not familiar with yourself, can you please give us like a minute window into your background and life story?
World's #1 wealth and business coach, serial entrepreneur, best-selling author, private equity investor. Started over 10 years ago with $974, went down to negative 34,000. And then now we're in 54 different countries, clients in 91. I've got businesses literally all over the world. But my biggest claim to fame is I know Tak and his wife. So.
Thanks, JT. Much appreciated. Now, I first saw you on stage probably my wife and I about 2 years ago, and we've been captivated since and been following you since then. And you seem to be able to step things up over and over again and to reinvent yourself, or something such as Millionaire Flix. I mean, where does your ideas, creativity, and drive come from?
I mean, growing up, I think my parents called me lazy, so it's kind of interesting. That's always kind of been in the back of my mind for some reason. But I don't know. I have this drive at win at life, win at business, win at everything I do. And I don't like disappointing people. And I wake up and I say, how can I make this better? How can I be #1? And whether you're putting an invention or you're starting a business, your ability to go out there and say, I need to change the world. And I want to and by the way, the world could be one person at a time. But I want to make this planet a better place than when I first got here. And once you have this notion, and it's not money, some people change the world in different fashions. But without the risk of inventors and inventions, a lot of things wouldn't be created. Those who are crazy enough to change the world are usually the ones that do. That's what Steve Jobs did. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's what a lot of people I'm sure you'll have on your show or have done previously. I mean, what Elon Musk is doing. If you get him on the show, call me. I will.
We'll do. Working on it, JT. Working on it, JT.
So,
can you tell us,
those are the people. Go ahead.
No, I was just wondering, can you tell us the idea behind Millionaire Flix? I mean, I think everyone should have it. I've got it. It's such an amazing platform. So what's the idea behind that? And how did you come up with it?
Well, if I didn't do it, somebody else would. That was the first platform. Mm-hmm. And also to Tony Robbins specifically, right? Because obviously him also being an A-list speaker in the industry. And so I said, I'm going to do it before they do it. And I started seeing some fatigues of people wanting to buy $5,000 courses and stuff like that. And the problem is that I had so much content that I was producing, but you can't sell it. There's only so many buyers of your clients that are going to keep buying. It's like, some people just won't buy the new iPhone because there's not much difference. So I already got the other one, even though this is different. And so there started being a plateau. And so I said, let's just give every program for $20. You click on your link and get it.
Yeah.
But the idea was, and it was interesting because I was looking, the cancellations this month were less than 2%, which was shocking. Mm-hmm. And of the 2%, it's either credit card fails or they never opened it. I mean, that's so low, especially in this pandemic times, because people are consuming. I was shocked by the number because I expected a lot because of the times we have now.
Yep.
But if it was 97, I would have seen record cancellations. Okay. So the pricing strategy of every program for $20, 31 different programs, 4,000 hours. So it was kind of like, it was Apple co-founder said to me, nobody wanted Jobs to do the iPhone at first because it was going to kill the iPod.
Yep.
But he said, if I don't do it, somebody else will. And that's that story that said to me one day, I'll just do it.
Awesome.
You know, so, I mean, we lost a lot of money in the short term because obviously what we made in the sale. But in this pandemic, I think my brand and all the engagements has really grown. So that's how I would describe it.
You're a great man, JT. Now, can you share, or what do you think has been your biggest challenge or like a failure to date, just for everyone to know?
You know, I don't know. Like, it's hard to regret anything I've done. I mean, I for a long time I said, you know, maybe I should have taken bigger risks after 2008.
Yep.
Bigger deals, bigger risk. But then right now it'd be hurting. So I don't think there's anything, to be honest with you, I would do differently because I've had a coach at every step of the way.
Yep.
You know, just like you are the expert and I have experts, because those are the people that, I don't know. I just, it's hard to see because I think whatever it is, I tell people you're allowed to fail once, just don't repeat your same mistake twice.
Okay.
And as an inventor, they need to fail 99 times. You just need to get it right one. I mean, Google has 18,000 engineers all over the world that just produce all kinds of ideas. And if they just have one product that turns into billions, then they'll do it. But most ideas don't turn into anything.
Yep.
You have to be willing to fail to succeed.
Most definitely. Now, thanks for that. Now, if you could look back at everything in your life, JT, is there like a certain breakout point in your life where you can go, yes, that's the point where everything changed?
My first coach gave me the clarity, told me what to do, what not to do, and then I did it. For a long time, I was too afraid of like, oh, how much it costs rather than how much it's going to make. Too many people trying to do it themselves. That, to me, that was the big lightning moment.
Okay. Yeah, no, well said, well said. Now, in interesting times like this, you know, what is your advice or message of positivity for our listeners? I mean, people are at home, there's lots of free time. And what should people be doing right now so, you know, to make sure that they come out punching?
Reinventing themselves, turning their weakness into their strengths, looking at every systems, procedures, getting rid of bad habits, reinventing themselves, their business model. This is their second act. This is your second chance. And about 60 days ago, everybody was complaining, oh, it's hard to find the deals. It's hard to find the opportunities. Everything's overpriced in Australia and America. Hard to find. Well, now everything's on discount. Yeah. The opportunities are lifetime, buy and sell businesses and real estate, taking over competitors. So now people can't complain. And now this is my second chance at my 2008. And now is where I'm going to take some of the biggest risks of my life because some of the greatest deals of my life are popping up now.
Oh, that's awesome. So now, how do people know when it's time to reinvent themselves, you know, or their business? What are the triggering factors that people should look out for, or they should know? Is it like a gut feeling type of thing, or what would you say?
I mean, I think who you spend time with is who you become. I think part of the problem in Australia and other places in the world, there's tall poppy syndrome. Yeah. I think you have to remove the negative of your life, and you can't live anybody else's life. You either go big or you go home. But no one's going to give you anything. Success is not easy. Nothing's easy.
Sports, Love the saying. Go big or go home, or go bigger.
Well, I like to go where you are. Look at that house you have. It's all very nice and proper and wide.
I set it up just for you, JT.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
Very impressive. Maybe I'll just remove my background just for you. I'll just remove my background just for you. There we go.
Oh, look at that.
But it looks like it's a fake. It looks like it's a fake one, but it's not.
No, looks good. Looks good. All right, just in a couple more questions, JT. Now, what superpower do you wish you had?
I mean, I can read people. I look at people. I know what they're saying and what they're thinking. So I have that power. I have a photographic memory that I've coached myself. I speed read, so I already have a lot of powers.
Superpowers, yeah.
I just, whatever I'm not good at, I try to be the best at. So I turn my weakness into my strength. So I don't know. I guess if I fly, I would have to get coronavirus on a plane. So that would be a good one right now as well. I think I truly believe at this point, that's one thing this coronavirus period is that all the sacrifice I've made have been worth it, because I'm in a place that I'm not freaking out, but I'm still working very hard and I'm leading by example. So,
definitely.
I think the superpower I have is if I could just translate it to everybody watching here, and people like you, and you have the superpower. People really like you, they're impressed by you, and they need to connect with you.
Yeah. Awesome. And what would be the theme song to your time in quarantine be? Do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be like,
I love
Start Me Up. Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can't wait to start it up.
That's cool. Now we have to work towards wrapping up, JT, and super mindful of your time. An incredible conversation. Appreciate your honesty and openness. Just 2 last questions. And first is, where can people find out more about yourself? And secondly, what parting words of wisdom would you like to share for anyone that's watching or listening that either want to launch a business or just about to launch something that they've been working on for a while?
Well, number one, if they want to reach me, they can reach through you, since you and I are BFFs, and connect as well, because you and your wife are just very good friends of mine. Second of all, too, listen, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. Stop procrastinating, stop sacrifices, go out there and make it happen. You don't live once, you live every single day, and you die once. And when you want to succeed, as bad as you want to breathe, you got that fire to make a difference, your invention to change the world, or your possibility, your words, or your actions, or your business that can make a difference. Business is a game. You don't do it for the money. Money's how you keep score. But play the game, live life at its fullest. How's that?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Amazing, JT. And thanks again. Really appreciate it. So, yeah, I mean, what you're doing now, it's totally amazing. And I can't wait to, follow you for a long more time to come.
Well, you're amazing. You and your wife are a good friend. And I'm glad I got a chance to inspire your audience.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this interview. You can find me on social media. And, thanks for listening. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers. See ya.
YOLO, it's our show.